And that, my friends, is a Hooklying Cross Connect.
If you can like coach me through the Hooklying Cross Connect.
A Hooklying Cross Connect? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I teach this and I'm in person, I use my hands to teach people how to find their foot. Okay. Okay. So when you're in Hooklying, how much knee bend do you use?
Knee bend, I just try to go of the person to make sure that they are feeling their foot cues. Maybe I'll go a bit wider, then a bit more.
So the easiest way to learn how to capture the right foot position is to screw it up really bad. Okay. All right. I want you to move your right heel as close to your hip as you can. Okay. Keep trying to get it closer to your hip. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't pull on it.
Nice.
Don't pull on it. Okay. As you try to bring the foot closer to your hip, do you appreciate the fact that your pelvis wants to roll backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's too close. We don't want to press the lumbar spine into the ground ever, so that's too close. Slide your foot away from you. Más. That's Spanish for more and more. Keep going. Keep going until it's hard to keep the first med head down. Like you start to feel the strain in your foot. You start to feel the strain in your foot to keep the med head down. Too far forward, too far away, too far away. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Now bring it back to where you can land your foot cues. Because what's going to happen as you execute is it might become harder to capture your foot cues as you're performing the activity. And so this is going to help cue you what distance away from your hip that you're going to be able to optimize the foot contact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Put the weight on the outside edge of your right foot. So light on the inside edge, heavy on the outside edge. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Push the foot into the ground.
With the outside edge.
With the outside edge. Okay. Do you feel the lateral hamstring become active?
Yep.
Okay. Roll to the inside edge, make the inside edge heavy. Do it through your heel, not your hip.
To push down through the heel.
Inside edge of your foot, roll across the heel from outside edge to inside edge. So you're going to bias heavy on the inside edge.
Okay.
Push down.
Mm-hmm.
You feel the inside hamstring, medial hamstring.
I feel a glute.
Okay, we don't want a whole bunch of glute activity, do we?
Mm-mm.
Okay, pick your pinky toe up a little bit and push down the inside edge.
Yeah, I feel it now.
Okay. Feet are liars. Never trust feet. Okay. Trust the muscles on the back of your leg. Okay. So what we're going to try to do to capture your foot position is to make sure that we get an equal amount of muscle activity on the lateral hamstring and medial hamstring. That's how you're going to land the foot. Okay. If you were in my clinic, I would be doing this, but I would literally take you through this by hand. I'd be moving your foot, but because we're doing it virtually, we have to do it through discussion. Okay. Okay. The heel is going to be responsible for the lateral hamstring. The first metatarsal head is going to be responsible for the medial hamstring.
All right.
Okay. Case in point, lighten up your first metatarsal head, make your heel heavy, and you'll feel lateral hamstring. Lighten up your heel, make your first metatarsal heavy, you're going to feel medial hamstring. You feel it?
Yep.
Awesome. So now we want to make sure that it's even on the back side of the leg. Okay. Trust the muscles, don't trust the foot. The foot is always going to feel like it's not in the middle. Okay. All right. Do me a favor. Put your other foot down, please. Put your other foot down. No. Like right next to the other foot. Put it on the floor right next to the other foot. Never, ever find first contact with one foot on the table. Always 2 feet down.
Okay.
Okay. It's too hard for people to try to capture a foot contact with only 1 foot on the ground because they always overdo it. If you have 2 feet on the ground, you can't push too hard. Okay. Because we don't want to turn this into a glute activity. We don't want it to be a glute bridge, right? People are used to pushing their feet into the ground and lifting their butt up. This is not that exercise. Okay. All right. So we're going to make an assumption that we now have foot contacts on the right-hand side.
Yes.
Okay. Now, don't pick up your other foot. I did not tell you to do that yet. Okay. Now, there's a little bump right next to your tailbone on the right side. That would be at the top of your right back pocket, but it's close to your tailbone. You understand?
Yes, I have.
Yes, but since we're talking to normal people here, so I try to use normal language. Will you put your head down, young man? Can you hear me with your head down?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure because I don't want you cheating. Okay. So I want you to make that spot by the tailbone heavy. Okay. Now, here's what people are going to try to do. They're going to try to roll their pelvis back into the ground. That is not heavy. That is a posterior orientation, which is wrong. If you get a posterior orientation where the lumbar spine is moving closer to the floor, they will fail every time. Okay. And then they're going to be squeezing a $100 bill between their butt cheeks, which is not what you want to see happen. Okay. It's always a $100 bill for some reason. Don't ask me why. It used to be quarters, but I make more money now. Say again.
Per session cost $100.
There you go. Fair enough. All right. Now, do you have the spot on your pelvis?
Yeah.
Okay. If they have trouble finding the spot on the pelvis to make it heavy, take half the weight on your right foot off of your right foot and put it on that spot where the back pocket is.
So lighter on the foot, heavier on the spot.
Heavier on the pelvis, lighter on the foot. Okay. Now, don't let go of the heaviness on the pelvis and then go back and capture the foot heaviness. What's going to happen is you're going to have to use the muscles on the back of your leg to a greater degree than you did on the initial setup of the foot. Now you have an anchor, which is your hip, to use the leg to push the foot into the ground. This is what ramps up the back of the leg. It is not the initial foot contact. It is the foot contact after you capture the pelvis position. So you go foot, pelvis, foot. If you do it this way, you will not be able to tell the difference between which one is heavier. The pelvis will feel equally heavy to the foot. If there's a difference, start over. Foot, pelvis, foot.
All right.
Okay. You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now you get to pick up your left foot. Okay. I didn't say pick it up yet. When you pick up your left foot, nothing on the right side should have to change. Okay. Secure your hip, secure your foot, bring your left knee towards your nose without changing any of the right-sided contacts. As soon as you start to feel them change, That's as far as you can bring your knee. Your knee should be pointing towards your nose. Please look at your knee and make sure it's pointing towards your nose. It should not cross midline. Got it? Okay, take your left hand, grab the front of the tibia. There's a little bump just below your knee that was designed for a handhold. Okay, hold the knee, do not pull, hold it right there, and then let your left leg relax. Your left leg is now mush. Right leg still busy, holding position of the back pocket and the foot. Got it?
Yes.
Awesome. I want you to take your left elbow. I want you to reach up towards the ceiling with your left elbow. You're going to feel the space between your spine and your right. Did I say left elbow? I meant right elbow. Reach with your right elbow towards the ceiling. Okay. All right. You should feel the space between your spine and your right shoulder blade touch the floor. Am I correct?
If
Hello?
I'm reaching the ceiling,
Hello?
if I'm reaching to the ceiling, I feel it's off the floor.
Okay. I don't want it to leave the floor. I want the shoulder blade to go forward.
All right.
Okay. Now I want you to point your right elbow at your left knee. Okay. Then I want you to open your hand and point your right thumb out to the right. Okay. Got it?
Yep.
Awesome. Now, I want you to take a quiet breath in through your nose that I cannot hear. And then I want you to exhale long and even out through your mouth. On the next breath in, I want you to make yourself get bigger on the right side into the mat as you breathe in. You should feel your foot get heavy at the same time. Feel it?
Yep.
And that, my friends, is a Hooklying Cross Connect.